Good morning. This is Dr. Tantia Chai speaking. Uh, Thank you for tuning in and study the Bible with us today on the Facebook. And today is Sunday, December the 2nd, almost Christmas, 2018. We study on Knowing God 301. The topic today is does your prayer bring a blessing or bring a curse to you? You're not supposed to sneezing when you're in the class.
A
Okay.
blessing or what?
Does your prayer bring a blessing or a curse to yourself? In other words, this thing where I think it over again last night. I said I should have named this the fall and the relentless activity of Satan and demon, because we're going to study a lot about the demon and Satan. Okay, something that I think the society today tend to overlook this. Okay, that's what I feel. I don't know how you feel. How real and concerning Satan and demon to you guys? Anybody? 1 minute. How real it to you? Does Satan and demon, is it real to you? Do you conscious about that often or once in a while?
Often.
Often. Good. Okay. We'll talk about that and says, but as last week we studied on Matthew chapter 8 from verse 24 to 27, that Jesus calming the storm in the Sea of Galilee. Even that in storm last time is the some believe that the activity of the demon or Satan that try to destroy Jesus at the same time. Understand that the disciple, they are very familiar with the storm and the sea, that their life. But when they're scared, they know that we perish. That something unusual happened. And that is the last week that we studied. Even the storm, that Jesus calmed the storm. Who did he talking to? Be still. He said to the water? No. More than that. So that's something for us to think. And today we're going to go a little bit beyond that one concerning this topic, which is more or less this is the activity of Satan and demon. But at the same time that the prayer we pray, is it bring us a blessing or curse to ourselves? That's something for us to think. Okay. Matthew, today we study from verse 28 to 34. We finished the chapter 8 today. So, when Jesus came to the other side of the country, now this is the name, listen to the name, the different name. The Gadarenes, that is one name that Matthew used. And two men, okay? Now, and that is two things that you need to notice. That the two men were possessed by the demon and come and met Jesus. They're coming out from the tomb, out of the tomb, and they were extremely violent that no one could pass by that area. They scared them, okay? Before we beginning the study of this passage, I think we need to clarify the confusion concerning the name of this place, okay? According to the Revised Standard Versions of Matthew, used the incident in the place that they call Gadarenes, okay? I don't know how I said it right or not, but in the there another two person that do record this incident is Mark and Luke. They call this place it Gerasenes, okay? That is almost the same. The different they are different, and simply the fact that there's some about people said explain why so different, because those that copy the manuscript there. They don't know the geography in this area in Palestine as enough to be sure where the incident that really happened. So there are two places that have the name almost familiar, similar name. And these two actually have two different locations, and they are far apart. I think about 60 miles apart, I believe. I can't, if I remember correct. Now, that one. And another one also that we are going to, in the text, we should have some understanding about Satan and demons. So that's why we're going to go in a little bit more concerning this topic of demons and Satan. Now, on the modern thinker, And even the religious thinker, okay, believe that the devil is more mythological figure, is something that people talk about, and all these things. They tend to deny this a lot of time. That is become like a, they not really put more emphasis on this. Okay, so but I think yes. We go in there and we talk about this now. But if we are really going to know anything about the spiritual world, including not only the existing of the devil but also the existing of God, we must have some kind of revelation concerning the spiritual world. And where is that going to come from? Question. 30 seconds. The Bible. Okay, the Bible gives us this revelation concerning the existing of God and in the spiritual being. Now, personally, for me, I don't believe that there is any need for us to go around and digging on some other book beside the Bible concerning the demon and Satan, because you're looking for trouble. Okay, don't do that, and I'm warning you because I think I know a lot more on this than most people around. Now, Satan and the demon are identified as angels who are created by God. Okay, they are angels. The angel are now the angel itself is they no body. They have a spirit. They are spiritual being, but they have their own personality, they have their emotion, and they have intellectual, they have their will, and they just like your will, and they have self-conscious, just like a human, but they have no body, okay? But they are more powerful than us, okay? So they are the created being. God created the whole host of the spiritual being that we call angel. What does angel mean? Testing. Angel mean what? Okay, mean the messenger that carry the bidding of God. God telling them to do, that's what the angel needs to do. Just like the General Mattis yesterday said, when the president said go, you don't ask anything. When he said do, you do it, you don't ask anything. That General Mattis on the yesterday on the in whatever on the meeting. Great meeting, you should see that. Now, the question for you is: the angel have a wing? Yes or no? No. Okay. Angel do not have wing. Okay. That something the myth they're talking about. They have wing. He don't need wing. Okay. Now, number one, when a person die, are they turning into the angel?
No.
No. They die. They steal themselves. We are not angel. A human being is not an angel and will not change into the angel when they die. Okay? Now, that is a lot of ignorance of a lot of person. They say, okay, now he turned into the angel and he got a wing. There is no wing. Okay? You either go to heaven or you go to hell. That's it. And as who you are. Okay? So, demons are simply identified as those angelic beings who join Satan on the rebellious against God at one time. Okay, there are two key passages. No password. I talk about password. No, I turn to Facebook on the computer password. The two key passages that telling us about this event. Both of the passages God talked through the prophet regarding the king of the earth. The king of the earth. Okay? Now, he not not directly to the king. He talking to the king of the earth, to Satan. So, behind the king of the earth, the bad king or good king, is Satan or God. Behind the good man and the bad man is who? The spouse. Their wife. Understand that. The man gonna do good or do bad, the spouse on the back have a lot of things to do, and the same thing the man that the king there do good or not, and the back is Satan. You are not fight against flesh and blood, correct? You fight against the power of the air, the principle, the power, the devil. or okay, the devil. That what I've said. Now, but however, the point of the passage is God moved beyond the earthly king and to the king that stand behind of this ungodly earthly king, and that is Satan or Lucifer. Okay, now the passage that we're talking about is in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 to verse 15, and this is a very familiar passage, but you need to know that and be aware of. And that God said, "How are you falling from heavens, O star of the morning?" Now, star of the morning here is Satan. Understand there is another star of the morning in the Revelation. That is who? Jesus. Okay? Many times I get up early in the morning and I look right there at the star and thank you for watching me. That star has been following me when I'm driving early morning dark. That is Jesus Christ. But here, star of the, how are you falling from heaven, O star of the morning and the sons of dawn? Said, you have been cut down to the earth, and you who have weakened the nation. Listen the next word carefully. But you said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the star of God. I will sit on the mount of assembly in the recess of the north, and I will ascend above the height of the cloud. I will make myself as God. Now, did Satan say it out loud in front of God? I'm asking you. I read it very fast, so you need to notice what I'm reading.
I'd say it started in his heart.
In his heart, yes. Both of you guys, Andy and Ned, yes. He said it in his heart. We always said it in his heart. You remember? When your mom said anything to you and you didn't like it, you said in your heart, you mumble against your mother. You know what you do. I did that too. Okay, smack when I do my mouth. Now, he said, okay, and how many I will that he said? I will. How many times? 5 times. The 5 bad I will. Okay? So God said, this is God said, he said one time, I will. I will. So never, you will be thrust down to Sheol. Sheol. What does Sheol mean? Hell. To the recess of the pit. Okay, so Satan wants to become the object of worship of the order creation. So for that, he was cast down from his positions before God. From his position before God. Notice what the word I said, okay? Be careful. Now, each word means something, okay? It's not just come out a word. Ezekiel chapter 28, word 12, it said, Son of man, take up lamentation over the king of Tyre, and said to that king, thus said the Lord. Did he really say to the king? No. He said this, you had the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Did the king of Tyre have all the perfect wisdom? No. Is it perfect beauty? No. Okay, so he obviously, when God created Lucifer, he had a seal of the perfection, full of the wisdom and most brilliance of the created being. Nobody, not even human being, can match up with his brilliance and beauty. Okay, so he was so perfect in beauty, and so Satan, if he manifests himself visibly to us, he would blind you with his beauty and he charm you upside down. He is not the red little creature with a long ear and then have a tail and with a fork thing there coming out, the ugly stuff. He is a pretty, he beautiful, he handsome, okay? So that who he is. Now that is from word 12. And you read, if you want to do Ezekiel chapter 28, go from word 12 all the way down to 17, describe everything concerning Satan, how beautiful this guy, how wonderful and how capable he was. Word 17 it said, your heart had lifted up because of your beauty. You become arrogant, okay? Now, 7 things that God hates, that in Proverbs 6 verse 16, the first one is what? Pride. Arrogant heart. The boastful pride, that is a thing that God hates. So the heart is you lift up because your beauty, and you corrupt your wisdom by the reasons of your splendor. You think you're wonderful, do you? Said, I cast you down to the ground and put you before king, and they may see you. Aha. That's what it is. Aha. You were so pretty, and what happened to you? Now, with the beauty and perfection and the wisdom, make Satan think that he can replace God and become the object of worship. He wants to be worshipped. That is his purpose. Satan therefore lost his positions, in heaven. But can he go up and see God in heaven? Yes? Not Alan, not Sandy, not who else gonna? Yes, yes. Glenda, not 3 not. 3 not is not past. So at this moment, at this time, at this present time, Satan still can have the access and see God. How do you know? How do you know that? From what? From where do you know? Job. Good job, Alan. As Job said, chapter 1, verse 6 to verse 7 said, now there was a day when the sons of God, who is the sons of God, came to present themselves before God. Who is the son of God? All, yes, angels, Christian, wonderful. Now, and then and Satan also come along with them, and God said to Satan, from where did you come, huh? And then Satan said to the Lord, from roaming about on the earth, walking around it, looking someone to devour. How is that? He's looking around, he's walking back and forth. Revelation chapter 12, verse 10, it said this. John said, and I, John, not me, John heard the loud voice from the heaven saying, now the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of Jesus Christ had come. For the accuser, who is the accuser? Accuser of our brethren have been thrown down. Who is the accuser? Satan. That another name, accuser, a liar, destructor. So who accused them, the believer, before God day and night? They accusing you, me, day and night, because you can see what you do. Look at him. He talks so well in the Sunday school, but look at what he do. Look at what he think. He can't think. He can't know my thought, but he can see my doing when nobody around. What do I do? What do you do when nobody see you? Now that is he accusing you. So in Revelation chapter 2 describe the fall of the demon. We talk about demon fall. Now the Revelation chapter 12, and Satan is a picture of the dragon in that one. Now you turn down from Revelation 10 to Revelation chapter 12, verse 3 and 4. Another sign appeared into the heaven, and behold, look, there's a great dragon having 7 heads, 10 horns, and on his head they have 7 diadems. So, and then what he did, he doing is on verse 4, is that, and his tail swept away a third of the star in heaven, and threw them on down to the earth, and threw them to the earth. The star of heaven, what it is that? The star of heaven. The angel, falling angel, So 1/3 down to the earth. And the dragon stood there before the woman about to give birth, and so that when she gave birth, he might devour that child. Who is that child? Jesus. What child is that? Jesus. Yes. And that's what it happened. So the word seemed to be indicated that the demon was falling angel being that joys Satan by rebel against God. As Jesus mentioned in Matthew 24 verse 41 said this, and he who also said to the one on his left, depart from me, a cursed one, that is an unbeliever, into the eternal fire which have prepared for the devil and his angel. The devil and his angel, that the falling angel. Okay, so that is so. Evidence is that their work can be seen in many ways. They are demonic beings who purposely to resist the teaching of the scripture, that to blind the mind of the non-believer so that they can eternally become blind and go straight down to hell with them. That's what their purpose. Another activity of the Satan is and demon is to promote the false worship. Now, okay, the false worshiping, that's all around. You can see that it go all the way down to the whole earth. 1 Corinthians 10:20 said, "But I say this thing which the Gentile, the non-believer, sacrifice. They sacrifice to demons, not to God." The sacrifice. Now, we have to be aware, we think we sacrifice. Who are you sacrifice for? To God or to the demon? Okay, and I do not want you to become a sharer in demon. That's what he said. Now, we don't know how many angels were involved in this fall. Okay, but the evidence is maybe billion or millions or billion. We don't know. Now, I just insert this in. I think it's kind of cute the way William Barclay said describe concerning the demon. He said this. So the air are so full with these spirits, which you mean the demon, and it was not even possible to insert a point of needle. Get a needle point, poke right into the air, and you didn't get one poke on the butt of the demon. You poke right in there. You poke into some demon. Can you see that? In other words, that it filled up with demon, just like the whole thing of filled up with fish. You see a lot of fish. You poke one time, you get one. And then so said that there were 7.5 million of them. 7.5. I'm not quite understand this. This is maybe underestimate. 7.5 is too little because we have population in the world now billions, right? So the truth is nobody know what the number. And he said he continued said there is 10,000 on them on their right hand. On your right hand, there are 10,000 of the devil. On your left hand, there are 10,000 of the devil. They're waiting for you to fall and to destroy you. Okay? So, that is what is the description. It said, and they live in the unclean place like the tomb. The place where there no clean water can be found. Now, you want to play around with the spirit, go to the tomb where they bury the dead. And that is the place that the activity of demons can be very fierce, okay? But don't try, okay? And that can be dangerous, and I'm not talking about joking. Don't try, okay? So that and then another thing that they like to live in the deserts or the place that desolate area. That's they like that kind of place. Also, they can be howl. They could be howl. They live in the deserts where their howling can be heard. Did you ever heard the howling of the dog or the cat in the middle of the night? That gives you a cold chill sometimes. It's just the way it's howling. I don't think that I like to hear that. But also they are a ranking in the demon according to their power. They have the ranking is that if you read at Ephesians, they're going to talk the power, principality. That's the ranking. Okay, so they assign to the country, to the place, to the person according to how big it is. Like Israel, they have one, that big one that. Michael is the one that watching over Israel. Okay, that probably what I know. I will not misunderstood. So they also have the ranking, the more powerful to the more fierce of the demon to assign to them. So assigning, and then for their need, the purpose is the need and purpose is destruction. Okay. Now this section, when Jesus came to the other side of the lake that we call Gadarenes, the two men that possessed by the devil come and met Jesus. Were coming out from the tomb. At the time, tomb is a hole they cut into the mountain. Okay, so they are violent and dangerous to the people that are around. But Mark and Luke, okay, record this event and then indicate that these men are too powerful that the chain cannot chain them. They break the chain. Now, why is so powerful? We know later on we're going to talk about it. And they strong, violent, people scared. Now, Dr. Wiersbe said this, okay? He said, this dramatic event is most revealing. That it showed that what Satan does to the man, Satan would, or demon, they would rob you the sanity of man, rob you for the self-control, rob you from self-control, fill you with a fear, and rob the man the joy of to being enjoy their home, their friend, and even their salvation. So it also revealed that in the society of the day, that how the society did to this man, that they restrain him, they chain him, they isolate him, they threaten him. But can they do anything any better than that? No. They're still demon possessed. Now, Mark said a little bit more. He said, Mark chapter 5, verse 2 and verse 6, but I said that when Jesus came out from the boat, immediately the man of the tomb with the unclean spirit come and met him, and seeing Jesus from the distance, he ran down to Jesus, and you know what he did? He bowed down before Jesus. Whoa! He bowed down before Jesus. Notice that this is a man, okay, said the man. But Matthew said two men, okay? He said one man, and that is possible that one maybe have a little bit more sick than the other. So use one as an example. So this man ran up and bowed down to Jesus with fear and trembling. Is that not impressive? Compared with the men today. They do not possessed by the demons. They might be graduated from university, have PhD degree. They not bow down to Jesus. They spit at Jesus' face. That is a sinful world we live in today. That is a condition today. So now go to the second word. We're going to be here forever. Matthew chapter 8, verse 29. No, it's not going to be that bad. And they cry out and saying, what business do we have with each other, Son of God? They call him Son of God. Have you come here to torment us before time? Now, observation from this. Notice that these men recognize Jesus as the Son of God. They recognize him. Compared with us human beings nowadays, we do not have the spiritual eye. They can't see God even when God stands in front of them, shaking them up and down. America still don't know what is God is control. Oh, Mother Nature. Really? That all the tornado, hurricane, earthquake and all. Mother Nature did it to us again. Fire. Look, we are against God. And God gonna bless you? No. No. He will not. He will not. So that is the thing that we need to understand. And I put it here. This is we hear the word of God. Then did we hear the God talking? Like right now, we're talking about the word of God. Some people don't hear it. Okay? Now, if we can't hear that, we need to learn to pray to God. Open our eyes. Open our heart that we can understand the reality of God and who he is and who we are. Secondly, they recognize, the demon recognize that their destiny is in the hand of God by saying, have you come here to torment us before time? Before what time? The time of judgment. So the third one is that they recognize that God have a timetable, okay, of the event. God not just do pick here and there. He have a certain time. It's already set. It's going to happen according to his time, not your time, okay? So, and they recognize that it's too early for Jesus to come and torment them. Now, the last one is demon consistently refer to Jesus as the sons of God. Look at what Mark said in chapter 1, verse 23, 24. Said, just as there was a man in the synagogue with an unclean spirit and cried out, saying, what business do you have to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? They even know that. Nazareth, have you come to destroy us? I know that you are the Holy One of God. They know. Okay? Now, in this passage, the demons acknowledge Jesus of Nazareth as the Holy One of God, recognize the power and authority of Jesus Christ. Now, James reminding us this word, and listen, James chapter 2, verse 19, it said this, you believe that God is one, but good for you, okay, good for you. You do well. Demons also believe and shudder. They're trembling, they fear. What about you? What about you? Even demon trembling. What about you, human being? Now that's what James said. Okay? He make a point that it is not a faith in God that saved you. Think. It is not a faith in God or belief in God that saved you. Faith, it means belief. Faith, it happened 100 times in the Old Testament. And then in the New Testament, we said believe. It's not the belief in God that saved you. Believe it? Is that true? Yes? Yes? A little bit hard to...
It's the belief in Jesus.
There we go. To do what? Now, belief of faith. It says the condition of fear, the trembling. Okay, it says said that it is belief in and be in abject, abject, and be abject is a condition of fear of the coming judgment that you believe, and that if you believe that way, you fear God that way, that would take you to hell with Satan and demon. Okay? That's not how you believe God. Okay. The believing of faith that will save us for ever torment in hell is that we believe in Jesus Christ as the one who died on the cross and paid the penalty of your sin, and God accepted it, and he rose again on the third day. That's the key. And believe in him as a savior, and they forgive your sin and cleansing you. Now that's what it is. The demon asked God not to torment them. Now listen, it is cute. It's and Luke. We go to Luke, okay, to modify a little bit because Matthew is so short. Luke said in 8:30 and to 31 that Jesus asked the demon. I love this part. Jesus talked to the demon. Would you dare to go and talk with the demon? The demon possessed with. There are some people talk, okay? When they do the exorcist, they talk. What is your name? What is your name? Who that asked you to come? Now, that's what they talk. I see that, okay? Now, and here Jesus said, what is your name? And he said, Legion. For many of the demons entered the man, and they were imploring Jesus, asking Jesus, begging Jesus, praying to Jesus not to command them into hell, abyss. Now, here Jesus is so gracious and brave enough to talk with the two demon possessors. The legions was the meaning of their name is legion. It means the whole troop of Roman soldier. They said about 1,000. One legion is 1,000. Okay. Let's keep it on 1,000. If you look at the dictionary, it's going to say 3,000 to 6,000. Okay? Now, so demon possessed does not necessarily one demon for one person. Mary Magdalene have how many demons possess her? Mary Magdalene? Guess. 7. Okay, so that's why she loved him much. Okay? He did much for her. Forgive much, love much. And it was normal Orthodox believing that when the Messiah come or the judgment come, the demon is going to be perish, destroyed. Now, come to Matthew chapter 8, verse 31 said, Now there was a herd of the many swine, the pig, feeding in the distance from them, and the demon began to entreat Jesus, praying to Jesus, said, If you are going to cast us out, send us into the herd of swine. Send us to the pig, okay? So, evidently, the demons can possess the animal as well as possess the human. Notice that. It can stay in there. Now, the demon asked Jesus not to send them to abyss, but send them to the creature, animal, any animal. But it happened to be the pig right there. The herd, a whole herd of pig. And what Jesus said in verse 32, go. One word, go. And they came out from the man and get into the swine, and the whole host rushed into the steep bank of the sea and perished and drowned and died. All the pig, okay? Notice that the demon cannot even afflict the pig without permission of God, is it? Now, Tertullian said this, that Tertullian is the follower of Christ in the first century, written a lot of books that we have to study, and it's difficult. Nobody can write like the older people, okay? Nowadays, people don't write, and they said anything. So he said this, and if the legion of the devil has not the power over the herd of pigs, much less that they over Christ, Jesus Christ, flock of sheep. We are the sheep. He is the shepherd. So, in other words, that if they, the legion, they cannot have power over the pig. The pig didn't want to be with him. They cannot do anything to the children of God as well, unless the permission there. Jesus said, "Go," and the demons gone, and they moved out of the man and get into the body of pig. Mark 5:13 said this. Jesus gave them the permission, and they came out, and then coming out, and then to the unclean spirit entered to the swine, and the herd rushed into the bank of the sea. Is about 2,000 of them, the demon, 2,000. So each man have 1,000 demon possessed. And they were drowned in the sea. Now, telling us that to a 1,000 possessed, you're talking about power of the man that been possessed. That's why nobody can control them. Why did Jesus send the demon to the pig? Okay? Now, that's the question here. The first one is to make clear that what happened is genuine, that Jesus Christ have the power over the demon. He have the power over demon. Secondly, Jesus want everyone to know the real intention of the demons was. What is the real intention? To destroy, yes. Yeah. And he want to destroy men just as destroy the pig. So because men are made in the image of God, and that's a little bit more difficult to destroy man than to destroy the pig. Thirdly, to conclusively show that they have been indeed cast out of the men, because getting to the pig, the men fine. Okay, Charles Spurgeon said it. I love what Charles Spurgeon said. He always have something nice to say. Said the swine prefer death than devilry. Okay, the devil, then the devil possessed. And even men, if men were not worse than the swine, if you are not lower than a pig, if you a human not worse than a pig, you will agree with what the pig did. Woo! Now, is that not hurt? Painful, isn't it? The swine refused to have the demon possessed. Okay? Now, and he said, now the next one he said, and the pig ran hard when the devil driving, like driving the car, ran so hard, they'll go full speed, and the devil drive the hog to the bad market. Okay? So, that is the thing that now, Matthew chapter 8, verse 33-34, it said, the herdmen ran away and went to the city and report everything, including what happened to the demonic. And behold, the whole city came into the Jesus, and when they saw him, they implored, they prayed to him, leave here, don't stay here anymore. Luke seemed to give us a little bit more detail than Matthew on this part, and Luke on the 8:35-39 said, the people went out and see what happened, and they came to Jesus and found the man whose demon had been possessed, has gone out, found him. So that man sitting down at the feet of Jesus, closing and in the right sound mind, and they become fearful. So those who have seen it report to them and how the man who had the demon possessed had been made well, and all the people of the country of Gennesaret, this is more easier to say, and the surrounding district, as Jesus praying to them, go out, get out from this place, for they are gripped with fear. And Jesus get into the boat and left. Charles Spurgeon said it again. He said, here are the whole city at the prayer meeting, prays against their own blessing. You pray against your own blessing. It's horrible was their prayer, but it was heard. Jesus heard that prayer and he left. Is that not hurtful to you? Be careful what we're praying, what we're asking. Jesus left. Okay? So, the prayer did not bring them a blessing, but bring them the curse. What about us? Look at yourself. When you look at the passage, the same truth remains today. Many Christians try to bring a good news of Jesus to a lot of people that they love. Sadly, they will reject and they refuse. I have one of my cousins that I love, and she loved me. After I tell her a few times about Jesus, she have a nerve to come and tell my mother to tell me, do not call her ever again about Jesus. She said it twice. The second time, 3 days after, she hit by the car and died. Okay? So don't ask the blessing. Don't turn the blessing into the tragedy. Okay? Least they know they reject the blessing and bring to themselves the curse of all from God on the Garden of Eden. And they remain in their sin of condemnation. Okay? William Barclay said this. The tragedy of the story is it in conclusion that those who were herding the pig ran back to the town and told this what happened. As a result, the people come back to town and tell Jesus to leave. Oh. So here the human selfishness is in at the worst. That it not matter to those people that 2 men come back to normalcy. Okay, all the matter to them is they lost their pig. 2,000 years have been gone. Now it's 2018. Are we changing? No. The mentality of people did not change one bit. As long as I'm doing good, your problem is your problem. Okay, I would almost slip off bad word. Okay, now William Barclay continued to say that we may be amazed at the carelessness of these people of Gadara, but we must also care that we too that do not resent any helping of other which reduce our own privilege. Hear that? Don't resent that we lost something. Now, I like what Erwin Lutzer said. Often he said this, every morning when I get up, before I get out from the bed, this is what I said, Lord, use me as you wish on my expense. I dare you said that. Use me as you wish on my expense. Is that one make you cry? Is that one to make you cry? Okay. So, verse 38 it said, but the man from whom the demons has gone out was begging Jesus that he might accompany him, that let me go with you. But Jesus said, go home. Go to your house and describe the great thing that God had done for you. So he went away and proclaimed everything throughout the whole city. Tell the whole town what great thing Jesus had done for him. Mark and Luke tell us that after the man been healed, he begging Jesus, the same thing, that Jesus tell him, no, you go home. Okay? How many pray in this passage that you hear? My question, you listen to me. How many pray? Important prayer that they pray. Yes? 3 seconds. Come on. 1, 2, 3. 3 pray. Okay? The demon prayed to Jesus, asked Jesus to send them to the pig. Did Jesus answer their prayer? Yes? Yes, he answered their prayer. So the people from the city coming in, the whole asked Jesus to leave. Did Jesus answer the prayer? Yes, he left. The third one is the man, the demon possessed, asked to follow Jesus to be his disciple. He prayed for that. Did Jesus answer his prayer? Yes or no?
Yes, he answered.
Yes, he answered. And his answer is no. You go home. Okay? Now this is what I want you to say. So, Jesus answered all the prayer. Now, God's still working the same thing today, and after 2,000 years, that we know that He does not save us and to take us the right way to heaven from this miserable world that we live in. If you look at the new, okay, if God take us right away, then who in the world will tell the people the great thing that God have done for you? Why should anyone else go around and tell people about God concerning your salvation? It's your salvation. Okay? Now, I'm going to read this word for you. The 1 Peter chapter 2, word 9 to word 10. I'm going to read word 10 first and then give you word 9. The word 10 is said, at one time you are not the people of God, and now you are the people of God. Okay? At one time you never received the mercy. Now you receive the mercy. Word 9. We'll go back to word 9. But you are the chosen people that God chosen you. You are the royal priesthood. You are the child of God. He is the king of the universe. You are the royal priesthood. You are the holy nation. You are the people of God's possession that He brought you from the market of slave. So, this is the point right here. You are to go and proclaim the excellency of God who have called you from the outer darkness into His marvelous light. If you know this and you're still sitting down there and doing nothing, changing nothing, you are a sorry people. That's what I would say. Is that the truth? So, my question is, who do you belong to? You belong to God. Look at the world today, for Jesus is coming back soon. I believe that. And time is getting shorter and shorter every day. And go and tell the tree. Go tell the mountain. Go tell the river. Go tell the baker. Go tell the king. Go tell to your enemy that Jesus is the Lord and what Jesus had done for you. The time is coming short. Jesus tell the demon, go. And the demon go. Now, He tell you, go. Would you go? If you're not, maybe you are worse than the demon. This is it. That's my thought. I'm not point finger. I pray that you know Jesus, and I pray that you love Jesus. I pray that you belong to Jesus, and that's my amen to you. And thank you for listening, and God bless you all. I'm sorry that didn't look at you guys much today, and getting carry on. And you guys have a good day. Thank you.